Morning folks, welcome back. We've got the essentials in. Been to the gym, got a coffee this morning. It is Monday the 10th of July. This is episode, I don't know what episode this is, 4? 5, maybe 4 I think. I was editing the first one yesterday afternoon. Doing a couple of hours on that. So hopefully we'll get that out. If I can even open my door. Hopefully we'll get that out this week. Would be good. Also done a bit over the weekend. Got the bracket put on this screen bucket. Bracket on, hoses on, that's ready to go. It's going for a demo tomorrow in North Yorkshire. We'll take you there. Hopefully do a bit of extra filming as well, just on it working. But we'll take you regardless and show you how we get on. Need to go get a couple of bits and pieces. Need to go and get a number plate for my trailer today at some point. We've got a couple of orders to pack this morning. Fuel up the Jeep, pick up the trailer, put that bucket on it, work out what sort of time we're leaving in the morning. And then whatever else comes up today. And I could do with tidying this place up a wee bit. There's somebody supposed to be coming to take a look at the cone crusher bucket that's up there. So we'll get that down in a bit, as I say, once I do a wee bit of tidying up here. A couple of orders to pack up and then see what happens for there. So I've spoke before that my parents, where I used to work before I went full time working on this business, my parents started and owned MVP, Miss Valley plant, who we're right next to, who you see me dropping the pallets off. The big news was that they officially sold the majority of the business on Friday past. So they're no longer there on a daily basis, which is big for them. It's good to see them get some reward back for the amount of time and effort they've put in. So that's the big news from last week. How does that impact us? Not dramatically, at least initially. It does mean that our name is quite closely shared to Moose Valley Plant, who my family don't have necessarily an interest in now, which will be something sort of to watch out for on our behalf. Other than that, that's really about it. So let's get on with the day. Stick a label on it and that'll be good to go. Sorry for the lack of updates. Today ended up with quite a few things on as this happened. I had an issue with the bracket when I went to remeasure it for that screening bucket for tomorrow, which I'll tell you about in a bit. And customers coming to pick up this crushing bucket now, so I need to change this bracket out and get that ready for them. Rush over slightly. Right, where to start? I never managed to film the customer picking up the crusher bucket, but it was up there and it's now no longer there. So that's good to get one of them out. Auger Torque cone crusher bucket. Maybe I can put some videos in here of one working. So that was good to get one of them out. Should not have been a rush today until I was in the middle of finishing packing up this that I've been showing you the hitch bracket on for days now. That is now there, which maybe gives you an indication as to what went wrong. I was packing it up and I don't know what made me think about it. I was going through things that, what's the worst? We don't normally do demos, on-site demos, so we're not particularly well geared up for it at the moment. I was going through everything in my head of like, right, what have we got? We've got hoses, we've got couplers, we'll take adapters, we'll take tools, we'll take the trailer. If we need to go somewhere, we can go somewhere and pick up some stuff. What's the one thing that would be a real issue if we got there and never worked? The hitch bracket. So I was like, right, better, I'd banded it to the pallet and everything. I was about to wrap it up, better check it. Good job, I checked it. So that one there should have been an S45, or at least it would have been had I picked the right bracket from the shelf. Measured it up, S50, which means, apologies if I'm telling you something you already know, which means 50mm pin as opposed to 45 that should have been on it. The centres are the same, 430mm, but this dipper width is narrower from there to there on the 50 than, from there to there on the 50 as it is on the 45, which meant it's a 50mm pin. It was never going to fit in the first place, but it definitely, there was no way it could have fitted at all. So the lesson is trust your gut and double check everything, I guess. But anyway, luckily we keep S-type brackets in stock, and I had spare bolt pattern plates, which was a complete, I don't know if it was luck. At the time I wondered, it actually was a bit of an issue out with my control that we ended up with multiple bolt pattern plates, which turned out to be a blessing. Quickly ran to the welders, the same place that made the brackets last week before, for the Simex planer and compactor. Ran there with the bracket and the bolt pattern plate, pleaded for them to weld it up same day, done it while I waited, excellent service. That meant I was late for getting back to get the cone crusher bucket. Ran back with that in the back of the car still red hot from getting welded, ran back, grabbed the crusher bucket down, hadn't changed the hitch bracket on it, in the middle of doing it, got the old one off, got the new one half on when the customer turned up. Anyway, we got it sorted, made us look a little bit silly, we should have had it ready, but these things happen. So this is an S45 bracket that I'm just finishing up the paint on. It's still a little bit hot. We bolt that to there. That should be that ready to go for the morning. Bolt that to there, wrap that up, stick it in the trailer. I'm going to go and put the trailer on just shortly. Stick that in the trailer, and we should be good for the morning. If no more updates again tonight, we know we're good for the morning. In which case, see you there. Earlier start this morning at 6 AM. That's because we are ready to leave with this. Down to North Yorkshire, get on the customer's machine, let them see it working. Just going to finish loading up, we're just putting some tools in, get Laura, go grab a coffee, head down the road. So we'll see you there. Here in the Yorkshire Dales, demoing the VSE 10 I've been showing you for the last few days. It's on the customer's Cat 307. We have sales manager for Simex here and a technician for the factory. Let me show you around it. Right, we're back, unloaded, buckets there. Sorry we didn't get too much filming, hopefully we got enough to include the important parts of it actually working. You go with these things, obviously the emphasis is on spending time with the customer as opposed to filming to camera, but hopefully that gave you a good idea of what it can do. You'll see there, we've definitely taken the paint off it. All in all, real promising demo. Fairly certain the customer's going to at least take the screening bucket. There's talks off and on about a crushing bucket as well. So, I mean, if that goes through, that'd be a more than worthwhile demo. But that's, what is it now, 6:30, an 11.5 hour shift. We got down there back at 10. We're on site about 2 o'clock. By the way, the nicest job site I'll probably be on this year. Got there about 10, just after 10. I think we left the job site about 2. We're probably there 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Left there, back into the local village with the Simex boys for a bite to eat. Back up the road, got the bucket off. Going to take the Jeep and trailer back to the house I've got dozens of emails now. It always happens, you go out, emails pile up. I'm going to have to go, I'm going to go and reply to them, get some dinner, and that'll about do us for Tuesday. It's Wednesday morning, we're back to our more normal surroundings, we're back in the warehouse, back to normal this morning, got some orders to pack up, we'll get them out shortly. I'll show you them around just quickly here once I get them on a pallet. Yesterday went very well, a massive thanks to the folks at Simex for helping us out with the demo yesterday. The attachment, the bucket, handled everything that was put to it, so from that point of view, couldn't ask for much more. The boys were great, the Simex boys were great, it was good to have them there. It helped Laura and I learn about the product and just gave the customer a bit of faith and reassurance that the product was right, the support was there, the factory support was there. So cannot thank them enough, couldn't be any more impressed and happy with their service. Hopefully we done it justice. We had everything there we needed to, as I say, hopefully we done the product justice. You can see then what value we can add to their product range, but all in all, on a few fronts, I think it was successful, so that was good. Not something we do terribly often, but we might, especially for the higher value attachments, to get some out in the market, might be something we look to do a little bit more often. But other than that, good. Nice change of scenery for the day, lovely place out in the North Yorkshire Dales. You've probably seen in a little bit of the footage from yesterday. Lovely setting, we're up on the hillside, right next to the road, just working away at some material that had been left there. So that was a nice change. It's out, full tank of diesel burnt, 12-hour shift, but needed to be done. So I have another one of them possibly lined up for a few weeks' time for the bigger bucket. We'll see if we can maybe get another couple in for that one that's here at the moment while it's here. And that's it for yesterday. As I say, few orders got out this morning. I'll get these packed up shortly. I'll need to get the Jeep unloaded from yesterday, get my tools back in the warehouse, and then I've got some things to take back to the welders from when we were rushing about on Monday. Some customer inquiries to get back to that we never got from yesterday, and see where the day takes us from there. Got the other orders out, got them packed up. Truth be told, I forgot to film them, but it was a 300mm S5 rock auger and just a little 1 metre S4 extension. Nothing too exciting. Took a couple of phone calls, a couple of inquiries. Took a real good inquiry for the small VSE 2 screen bucket that I've probably shown you before on this, over my shoulder there. For a Doosan DX27. Got the customer some details on that. Hopefully we hear back from them in the next day or two. That'd be a real good sale to get. Packing up now the couple of wear part orders from this morning. Some tungsten teeth and some hedge trimmer blades. Run them to the post office. Need to then run to the welders again. I've done the bracket for the screen bucket in a hurry for me on Monday because my normal welder is still in the hospital with pneumonia, so get well soon, Robert. But in the meantime I'm making a mess of this job. 2 seconds, that's better. In the meantime, I'm just going to run over there with a hitch bracket and a cradle, get them to weld it up. It's for a Bobcat E19, or Doosan DX19 I think it is. I'll get them to weld that up. Just a top bracket to a cradle assembly. A day or two should have that ready if they're available, which would be ideal. And then stop for some lunch and see where we... Oh, need the Jeep actually. Need to empty the Jeep for yesterday. Get that done. And then we'll see where the afternoon takes us for there. But it is nearly 12 o'clock already. I'll go run these couple of pallets up. Or palletways coming in. I'll then grab out this hitch bracket and cradle, show you that quickly before I go drop it off for welding. Need to get that washed off as well when we get a minute. Right, let me quickly show you fact, let me dig these out and I'll show you what we do for making the auger cradles. Alright, let's pretend that I didn't just climb my way up there and that these brackets were just neatly laid out for me to pick out and show you. But these are, that's a pre-made top hitch for a Bobcat E10, Doosan DX19, DX17, ton and a half Bobcats, ton and a half Doosans. And this is a blank cradle assembly for an auger torque drive unit from the X1500 to the 2500. Basically what we do is take that cradle assembly and weld it on to the underside of this hitch bracket, like so. Grind the paint off, weld that to that, repaint it again, and that'll be ready to go. That was a change we made, a year ago now probably. We do have a plasma cutting table to make our own, but it's definitely not any cheaper and it's less efficient to make our own. That being said, there is obviously the upfront investment of, what's there, 6 kgs worth of different brackets and different pin diameters, different pin centres, different dipper width. I'll explain all that in another video. But what it does do, allows us to quickly turn these around, get them out in a day or two, get them to site as quick as possible and get them out working. We do have some completed kind of for stock with the tops and bottoms welded together. I just don't have any of this size. These cradles we buy in our auger torque containers. Click here to watch that video of us unloading a container full of auger torque attachments. And yeah, I'm just going to run these to the welder, drop off those 2 small orders at the post office on the way there, and then stop and get some lunch. Hitch bracket done, it's in the back. We're going to head back to the yard, get this. I might try and get this painted. We'll see what the time is when we get back. It's about 4 o'clock just now. I might try and get this painted or get some paint on it this evening, finish it in the morning, get everything out tomorrow. If not, I'll just paint it all in the morning. Then get in the office, got some emails to do, catch up with bits and pieces that I missed when I was away. I'll probably do this for the day. Good morning. Thursday the 13th of July. We're back in our usual place this morning, up at the warehouse. A little bit later, getting started this morning, had some things to do in the office. There's a digger working. Had some things to do in the office this morning before we came up here. Couple of orders to get out. First off, you see me at the welders yesterday afternoon getting a cradle hitch made. Well, it's back. Cradle welded to the top plate. Painted it up yesterday. Just going to give it another wee spray over of paint there before I pack this order up, and that'll go out today. Another X2500 package. Still haven't emptied the car from Tuesday, so once I get this order out, I'll empty that. And I put this away, our flow testing kit that we used for the first time on Tuesday as well. And then we'll see where the day takes us for there. Let me quickly show you around what I'm packing here before I put the lids back on the boxes. If you've watched any of our short videos, you'll have seen dozens of these, and this is by far our most popular auger torque product, the X2500 drive unit. So it's a package with that drive. There's a 150, a 200, a 300 mil auger. There's a 250 still to go on this package, and there is a double pin cradle here, the one we got welded yesterday. Just finishing painting that up, and that'll go on this pallet as well. There is a gift for the customer, thank you notes in, everything's stickered. I'll get lids back in the boxes, stamped up, cradle hitch on, and that'll be good to leave today. Morning, Saturday morning. We're there again, another week, nearly done. Apologies for the lack of content yesterday. To be honest, there wasn't a great deal exciting happening. I spent the full day in the office. was pouring with rain outside, there was no orders going out. I spent the full day in the office, and to be honest, would have been fairly boring watching. An okay week. Got the order for that screening bucket, which was excellent. Made Tuesday's effort well worth it. Finished editing and posted the first episode of these weekly vlogs on YouTube. Not my best work. Learned a lot about what we need to film from here on out, etc. But good. Absolute mission of editing it. I didn't quite realise the time commitment, so we might have to do something about that in the future. But that being said, it's Saturday. I'm about to do some tidying up in here. Go and wash off the screen bucket from the demo on Tuesday, and that'll be another week done. Folks, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. If you've made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. Please get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let us know what you want me to elaborate on in coming episodes. If you've any feedback, again, let me know. And you'd be doing us a massive favour if you could hit that button below and subscribe to our channel. So that's it. Another week done. We'll see you next week.